So I am Jo and this is Sam, and we are from the Savvy School. And every Friday we go live here in the group for a live Friday to answer all of your questions. Now, some of the questions we have posted up, some of the content that we have in the blog, our podcast, or our YouTube channel, because there's lots of content in there that we have put up so that you guys can go and check that out and get all of your questions answered. And lots of questions are questions that we've had before. So, yeah, really awesome that we can direct you to that content that we already have. But today, Sam, for our Alive Friday, which question are we going to answer?
Yeah, we're going to answer today Davey McConnell's question, which is, hi, I have a question about blog and email marketing services. I'm considering adding these to my offer suite, but I'm curious as to what everyone includes in their packages. I have clients that have the content, just need the rest of the things set up, and I want to make sure I'm covering my bases. Good question, Davey.
Yeah, it's really good that you're asking this question, because when you're creating packages, you really need to think about what you're going to include, and is equally important what you are going to exclude, because you don't want it to leave it too open that people think that they're going to get all of these extra things, and then you have to say, no, that's not included in the package. So really good that you think about this up front and then put what is included and what is excluded. So should we talk about the blog first, Sam?
Yeah, let's start talking about blog. So as Davey, as you've already mentioned, I think you've got some clients that come to you with the content, so with a blog post already written. But think about, there are going to be some clients that come to you that is not their skill set, and they're actually going to be wanting somebody to write the post as well. So have a think about whether or not that's in your skill set, whether or not that's something that you even want to be doing, and be really clear about that in your package. So once whether your client has written the blog post or you have, the next step would be usually editing and proofreading it. No matter who writes a blog post, somebody always needs another second pair of eyes on it, for sure. And as part of that, I'd also add into it, if you know about SEO, it's really important that blog posts are optimized. So that would be something else that you'd want to make really clear in your package, whether or not you are going to be optimizing it. So if you're going to be doing any SEO work on that blog post. Things like finding images. There's nothing worse with blog posts. We see them all the time. It's just like a big screen of words. So you want to be formatting it with headings, subheadings, bullet points, numbers, but also images or even GIFs, depending on your client's personality and the type of services that they offer and what their ideal client is. Funny GIFs is a great way to break up blog posts. So searching for those images would be something else as well, or even creating branded images in Canva. Creating thumbnails. That's something that we all have to do with every blog post we create. And then, of course, uploading it to the website, the client's website. So for me, I'd be wanting to know, obviously, what platform the client's blog or website is on, whether or not you're familiar with that, something to keep in mind. And then repurposing. Jo, do you want to talk a bit about repurposing?
Yeah, obviously you don't just want to put the blog post up, but you need to actually, maybe they want you to replicate that blog post as an article in their LinkedIn profile. Where are they wanting to share a link through to this full blog post that you've done? But then also, Sam, the repurposing, it's about what else can you then do with that blog post to create more content really easily and efficiently. So you could be, for every blog post, you might say that you will create also 5 social media posts where you break up the content. The blog post might talk about the top tips for something. And so then each of those tips could actually be created as its own blog post. And not necessarily linking back to the blog, but just pieces of content in their own right. So that you'll be thinking about the graphic and actually splitting that out and creating those posts as well. So that could be something that your package included, is that repurposing of that content and making what's called micro pieces of content. So that could be a really good way to elevate your package and have you stand out against others offering the same thing.
Right. Email marketing. Let's go on to that side of things, shall we, Jo?
Yep. So with email marketing, it's similar to the blog where there's things like the proofing and the editing and the graphics that you need to have a think about as well. And, breaking it up, making it readable, just like you would a blog. And also you need to think about whether you're going to include or exclude in your packages the actual setting up of something like a MailChimp. And, do they already have that? Have they actually set it up properly? Have they verified the email address? Have they authenticated the domain? Have they set up the automatic email that someone gets when someone subscribes, or when someone unsubscribes, what happens? Those sorts of things need to be set up before you even think about creating the first e-newsletter in there. So be really clear in your package what it includes and what it excludes, and what they need to have ready to go before you actually start work with them.
Yeah. And also, Davey, I would have a think about what email marketing tools you want to be working in. Joe just mentioned MailChimp, but there are so many out there. ConvertKit, MailChimp, MailerLite. I could go on and on and on. So, have a think about which tool you want to start off with, learn it really, really well, become a go-to VA in that particular tool. And then maybe if you find out that this is your thing and you really like the email marketing side of it, then maybe look at the next tool on the list that you want to become a guru in and learn all about.
Yeah, definitely specializing is where it's at, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then something to sort of elevate your offering and stand out against others is to do the little extra, like, your package includes resending to anyone who unopened that, within 7 days or something like that. So have a think about how you can do some extras in there that really elevate the offering that you have.
Great services, though. Blogs and email marketing, it's definitely sought after. And if that's your thing, what a great niche.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope that helps. And thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, we are over in the Savvy School Members Club straight after this. So this month we are talking all things tech tools. So if anyone wants to jump in and have a look at that, we will post the comments post the link in the comments below. We would love to see you over there, and you get Sam and I as your coaches to answer all of your questions directly, in depth, and have tutorial videos and all sorts of content over in the Members Club. So feel free to check that out, and we will see you next week.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.